Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting. 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Salenti with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Salenti, September 4th, 2014. And here are some of today's trends in the news. 4/14, September. Boy, if you add them up and divide them by 7, multiply by 3, you got some bad numbers in there. Yep, I'm only kidding. Take it easy. All right. Big news, talking about bad numbers. ECB cuts rates in surprise move to help boost flagging Eurozone. Gee, I thought all those technocrats were going to fix it. You remember that? Austerity measures. You forgot? Steal all the people's dough, raise taxes, cut benefits, put retirement ages till after you die, and that was going to fix everything. Bailed out all the banks, the hedge funds, the private equity groups, the vulture capitalists. What happened over here? What did they do? How come the Eurozone economy is flagging? Well, here we go. For more.
Warning, bullshit alert.
Here it comes. The European Central Bank surprised markets with fresh measures to boost the Eurozone's flagging economy to ward off risks posed by Russian aggression in Ukraine. How about that, huh? Russian aggression in Ukraine. Yeah, you forgot Victoria Nuland and all that. No, but that's the propaganda, and the propaganda season is at its height. It's wonderful. Again, a good business to get into. It can be cheap and crappy, and you can make a lot with it. Goes far, yeah. Policymakers. How about wankers? No, they're policymakers, yes. The policymakers ramped up efforts to protect the single currency's region's weak recovery. And here what they go. The ECB cut the deposit rate. I love this. Already in negative territory from 0.1% to 0.2%. This makes it even more expensive for banks to park cash with the ECB, which is hoping that it will now do more to lend businesses and consumers the monies that they need. To boost the economy. Yep. And the ECB has also agreed to start buying asset-backed securities and covered bonds. Isn't that great, huh? Yeah, capitalism. Forget about it. This is not capitalism. This is fascism. It's the merger of state and corporate powers, and they're in control of all of the dough, and the fascism spreading in a lot of directions, little girls and boys. Dow, S&P 500 topple records after ECB moves. Yeah, it's great. So the markets are up. Gold is down. Hey, Earl. Hey, Earl's up, Earl's down. Earl's down today. He was up yesterday. And what they're not talking about is what's really going on over there in Asia. You look at some of the exports coming out of Indonesia, down 6%. Take a look at South Korea, the 7th largest exporter in the world. Oh, they had a great time, yeah. They're up 0.1% year to date. There's no recovery. This is all a cover-up, and the ECB is showing how clear it is. And moving on to international news, Putin peace plan. He has Ukraine withdrawing from the East. The East withdrawing, wants peace. Putin's talking peace. It's nice to see, but you would never know what's coming out of the United States. Although all they're doing is ridiculing it. He came up with a 7-point peace plan. And what's the United States talking about? Obama in Estonia calls Ukraine conflict a moment of testing. Oh, what are you going to test? What test are you going to take that you're going to fail again at, huh? And look at this bullshit photo. Hey, You want to salute when you see this one, don't you? That helicopter, them troops. How much does a phony set like this cost to put on? And how come these assholes aren't at work rather than jerking off in front of the president with their salute? When are you going to grow up and demand that this stuff be stopped? The commander-in-chief, a chump-in-chief. Obama cast Russia as threat to peace in Europe. Hey, I just thought, what's his name over there? Putin came up with a peace plan. No. Lashing out at Russia, President Barack Obama said that he vigorously vowed to come to the defense of NATO allies that fear they could be Vladimir Putin's next target. Yep. They're Russian combat forces with Russian weapons and Russian tanks, he said about what's going on in Ukraine. Yeah, we showed you those pictures of Russian tanks. Here they are again, in case you forget this, in case you haven't seen them before, because we're the only ones that got the real photos, because they can't show them to us. And you want to talk about troops in Ukraine? Here we go. U.S.-Ukraine military drills in eastern Ukraine. That's right. They're coming up. They're coming up. Upcoming U.S.-Ukraine joint military drills that are going to be held in September in Ukraine have no connection with the current situation in the country, said U.S. State Department spokesperson. You got it. The wonderful Jen Psaki. Yep. She goes, they are not being held in response to current events. I can't change Russia's views, but I think that's important context about why they are taking place and why we are continuing to participate. Wouldn't it be odd if we canceled them? Psaki said. Yeah. Isn't that great, huh? As United States talks war, Putin talks peace. And remember yesterday, West debates arms for Ukraine. You remember, we heard from that little man Menendez talking about we should provide the Ukrainians with the type of defensive weapons that will increase the cost upon Putin for further aggression. Yeah, you remember the further aggression? Of course. And McCain, give them the wherewithal they need. Give them the ability to fight. Don't talk peace, and make sure you make fun of them when they talk peace. Because here's an example. Propaganda, the best in the West. The New York Times, the toilet paper, a record. Putin lays out proposal to end Ukraine conflict. On the eve of a NATO summit meeting focused on Russian aggression, President Vladimir Putin of Russia unveiled on Wednesday a 7-point peace plan for Ukraine, while President Obama and other Western leaders tried to keep the spotlight on the Kremlin's role in stoking the conflict there and the penalties it should suffer for doing so. Who's stoking the conflict? Who's going to be holding maneuvers over there? Yeah, over there in Mexico and Canada. Yeah, Russia, that's right. They're putting on maneuvers. Could you imagine if they did that? It's different. We're the exceptionals. Here you go. This is coming from Neil McFarquhar, or whoever you say his name. Never at a loss for theatrical flair. This is a guy that's supposed to be reporting news, you little piece of prostitute crap. Second paragraph. Mr. Putin announced the plan soon after arriving on a state visit to Mongolia, brandishing a notebook page on which the first point was both sides, quote, end extensive operations. Isn't that nice? Never at a loss for theatrical flair. Never at a loss for selling hatred. You never stop. And boy, are they shooting it out now. And if it's not shooting out of their mouth, boy, listen to Biden. ISIS is back in the news. ISIS is everywhere. What a summer for selling ISIS. Yeah, no, not Italian ISIS. No, not those kind of ISIS. The bad ISIS. I'm telling you, they're doing this ISIS to ruin the Italian ice business. That's right. Here, Biden yesterday. Listen to this madman who's your vice president.
As a nation, we're united. And when people harm Americans, we don't retreat. We don't forget. We take care of those who are grieving. And when that's finished, they should know we will follow them to the gates of hell until they are brought to justice. Because hell is where they will reside. Hell is where they will reside.
Yep, there he is. We will follow them to the gates of hell. Hey, asshole, you know the path to the gates of hell? You probably do, because you've been paving them a long time with your disgusting behavior and murderous ways. And the rest of you Democratic pieces of shit that I can't... Oh, I just heard that Warren, that Elizabeth Warren. Oh, yeah, you know the one all you liberals like. Yeah, we need a strategy with other nations to defeat ISIS. Yeah, all of them. Republicans, oh, Randy Paul. Randy Paul, he's out there too, getting tough with ISIS. He's going to destroy them. You little man with no cojones, you couldn't fight your way out of a paper bag. All talking hate, all talking ISIS. And by the way, not a peep about Israel's slaughter of over 2,000 Palestinians and all those women and children that they slaughtered. Hey, but you know, cut off the heads of 2 reporters. Oh, one of those reporters, no, he was an Israeli. That's right, with dual citizenship in America. Yep. Hey, I say these ISIS, they deserve to be punished. They are barbarians. Why don't they use guillotines? You know, get into a better century. If you're going to chop heads off, man, line them up and chop them off. Yeah, guillotines, that's the business for ISIS today. Why not get in the business of selling them? Maybe the Defense Department. Yeah, we could make apps for guillotines. Google could get in the business. Facebook, all of them. Anyway, this madman Biden goes on to say, we will follow them to the gates of hell until they are brought to justice. You got it again. Hit you with 2 of them yesterday. You remember? Yeah, Obama said they're going to bring him to justice. That guy that heads that reporter organization, that they're going to be brought to swift justice. Justice means murder in America. That is how sick the language has become and how acceptable it has become among the people. Swift justice means killing people, man, with no justice at all. Yeah. Obama and Cameron vow to confront terrorists. Ha! 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 Bring them on! Yeah, Obama and Cameron against the terrorists. Let's see them go at it. What a freak show it is. It's a freak show. And I love all these NATO people get together and they're going to decide, who are these people? Cameron? Obama? Merkel? Hollande? Larry, Moe, Curly? You got a bunch of shitheads here making decisions. Hey, and talking about shitheads, here's a whole picture of them. Shovel diplomacy, a museum and education center to rise at the State Department. Murderers row, one after another. That's right. Hitlery. Madeline, yeah, it was worth the price of killing 500,000 Iraqi children not getting medical care. The sanctions Albright. Sick man Kissinger, the lying son of a bitch throughout the Vietnam War as they were killing people in Cambodia. Yeah, him too. Crazy Kerry, one after another. And little piece of crap Colin Powell. And Baker, one after another. Murderers row. Yeah, a museum of lies, paid for by the American taxpayer. This is Gerald Salenti, and that's some of today's Trends in the News.